Hey everyone, Nuno here and welcome back to Grimoire. And today's episode, once again, I'm going to show you guys most of the content that was done off camera. Hopefully, it will be a shorter video than previous ones. So yeah, let's start it right now. Alright, so the first thing I did was here on Evergreen Park. If you guys haven't noticed, I came back and I did a new roundabout over here. I think this is definitely some iconic structure on our road layout here on Evergreen Park. So if you guys don't know, or if you guys don't remember, there was a roundabout before on Evergreen Park, but it was shorter and small. And when I started to build the tram lines, everything got a bit messy. There was a lot of traffic issues in here. So what I did, and I think it was on episode 26, I'm not entirely sure, but I will definitely leave a link and a card. Probably not a link, probably just a card over here where you guys can check it out. I did destroy the roundabout, created like direct connections like these ones in here, and I think I did some kind of reroute of these roads so that it wouldn't be a problem. Either way, what I decided to do, let me just unpause the game, just go here this way. What I decided to do was very easily just build a new roundabout, just make it a bit larger so that it wouldn't have that much issues or that many problems when it comes to cars driving around. And yeah, that is basically it. So that was the first thing that I did. I'm not 100% unhappy with it because, as you guys can see, it works and we don't have that much traffic flow either way because I did a few changes on our industrial layout. But what I'm still not 100% happy with is the props decoration on these roundabout. Honestly, I think I will eventually work these out a bit better. Maybe do some bushes around here or stuff like that. I don't know. For now, we just placed 3 statues. On the previous one, on the first roundabout, if you guys don't remember, we had only 1 in the center. Now we have 3. And I think it looks okay. So that was the first thing I did. Now, the other thing I did off camera was to work on some highway interchanges, and let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So the first one I did work on and completely rebuild, if you want to say that way, was this one in here, okay? So this interchange will connect an entry or exit from the region point, and it changes and it's like a shortcut to Crescent, so you guys can go this way and get into Crescent, which is good. You have cars driving by, and I remember that the fix I did over here was just a temporary fix. It was just because you guys can see it's not that we have that much traffic going on in here, not many cars coming through this way. I mean, once in a while you have 1 or 2 cars going that way, or as you guys can see, there's like a truck coming this way, a few cars going this way. So it's not very, you don't have that much traffic. You know, the traffic flow in here is very small, very, peaceful, if you want to say that way. But of course, I will prepare this region or this section for different districts and different areas. But what I was saying, and I'm sorry for just going a bit off topic, what I was doing, and I did in here like a very fast and simple interchange. It was ugly. It worked, but it was definitely ugly. So I decided, why not do something fast and a little bit better? So I erased it and I placed the base. This comes from the base game, if I'm not mistaken, an interchange. It's a 3-way interchange. So this is from the base game. It's not something I built it. I just placed it in here and yeah, connected everything and it's done. Now the other interchange I worked, and this one I did build everything, was this one. It's the Crescent Office Valley interchange. Now on the previous episode, if you guys have not noticed it, there was some underground tunnels and I hated them because they were very steep. So I thought, well, let me just try to rebuild everything, and I came up with this layout. It's not the prettiest one, and probably it's not the most functional one, mostly because of this intersection, if you want to call it that way. But the fact is, it works because we also don't have that much traffic flow. As you guys can see, there's a lot of connections to this Crescent Office Valley. So you can come from the highway. If you don't want to go out in here, you can come to this 4-way interchange and connect cut over here on this avenue, and then you have access to where you want to go. You can also come from this other way if you are already in the city, and you have, of course, this interchange. I'm sorry, but as you guys can see, it works. It's not that bad. You have an entry point and an exit point on different locations of the well, not that far away. They're not really that far away from the district. But what I'm thinking about doing, and that's something I will probably look into into the future, is this, this intersection. I really don't like it. It's very short in here, and this section in here, it may cause problems if the traffic flow becomes bigger. As you guys can see, like, it already gets a few cars over here, and I'm not entirely happy with it. Alright, and the other interchange I didn't change much, I just touched it, was this one in here, the one that goes to Evergreen Park. And I didn't touch much in here because, honestly, there's this tram depot in here, and I do not want to touch it at the moment. And all I did was just change this bridge and this road in here into a highway road. So before it was like this normal street, and I just changed it for a highway road. So now it's faster, and it kind of keeps the same consistency when it comes to the design layout or look and feel. Now, I do not entirely like it. I will probably have to change it eventually. But yeah, for now it's just gonna stay this way. Alright, another thing I did, now still on the highways, was, and let me go this way over here, was to place some tool booths on the highways. So every entry and exit from the region into, outside and inside the city, you have tool booths. So you have 3 highway locations where these happen. So over here you have a tool booth, which, as you guys can see, there's a few cars coming in and going out. There's a bit of traffic in here, and this happens because you have to stop in here. Maybe I will have to change the policy in here so that you don't have to stop. It could be automatic. You also have another one over here, and you have a last one, which is, if I'm not mistaken, around here. Yeah, this one was has a different position, I guess, but it's okay. And as you guys can notice, all of them are supported because they're so far away from any point of the city or district of the city, that what I did was I placed, as you guys can see, I placed like a wind turbine nearby and connect to electricity, and also a water tower. Now, early on, I did only place this, but then I forgot that there is also sewage in here, and I forgot to connect it to the sewage pipes. So in the end, I had to connect the entire, and I think you guys can see it. I had to connect the entire tool booths or the network with pipes. Otherwise, the sewage would be a big issue. So that did increase a little bit the budget, but it's not a problem because we're also making a nice amount of money from the tool booths, so that's okay. All right, now that this is already talked about and already done, another thing that I did, and let's just get out in here, as you guys can see, we have a new district right after, or somewhere, I could say it's somewhere between Crescent and Amulet Hills, and it's called Crescent Stadium. And you guys already noticed it's a stadium. All right, we have a stadium. We already did a game, we won, so our first match, and we won the game. Uh, the team name is called Grimoire FC. I wanted it a different name, but yeah, sometimes you cannot have that. Another thing you guys can see, we have transportation-wise, and we were showing one right now. It's really nearby the highway. I built it with, as you guys can see, a parking lot, which is not being 100% used, but yeah, you have some people in here using it. And there's a few commercial buildings in here, and then you have the stadium. And that's basically it. Connection-wise, we have this green line, this green bus line, which is completely full. It has the base game buses. I think we have like 3 buses working on. And this is the only, or one of the connections that goes from Crescent to Crescent Stadium. So in fact, this green bus line, it's only a basically one-way return way. So it goes from the train station to Crescent Stadium and comes back. That's it. You also have another line in here, which is these blue buses lines, the ones in here. This is the regional line. So it's the R line that goes from Crescent to Amulet Hills, and it stops right in here, which, as you guys can see, we now have a bit of commercial on this section. And the commercial is, as you guys can see, the policies in here, it's kind of a leisure specialization commercial area. So yeah, you have something that is very interesting for the tourists, I think. We still will grow up this. We have enough space. We have to grow up a little bit more the Crescent district in here with more houses. We can definitely build more commercial areas and stuff like that. But more important, this is a very, as you guys probably will see or already have seen, there's like a big number of visitors, and most of these guys are tourists. And that's good. The other thing we built, or I built it, was here in Victoria, was an airport. So this is the base airport. This is like a, how you guys can call it, this is regional airport, something very small, although it's now international because you're taking flights from everywhere. But this is mostly focused on here on it's the only airport at the moment. I will build a bigger one, an international one, somewhere, I'm thinking somewhere over here maybe, I don't know. But either way, so I built this airport. A lot of people are coming through the airport. You guys can see now an airplane touching the ground and bringing 60 people. So 60, hopefully 60 tourists or nearby. And the good thing about this, I'm not sure if it's entirely a good thing, but the thing you guys can see is that we have a train line in here, so the people can get connections from the train line. It goes directly to Victoria and then to Brook. Eventually in Brook you can change lines and go from West Brook to Crescent. So that's good. You have that kind of connection. You also have a bus line that stops in here. You also, if you're renting a car, let's just say you get yourself a car, you also have a highway connections in 2 ways. You can either go through this way, which will go to Little Brook Park, and then you have the highway connection, or you can go through Victoria, which I think it's the route that almost everyone goes by, and eventually get yourself to the highway connection and just go to wherever you want. Now, the only thing I'm not happy right now in here is with this commercial area that I built. I'm not happy for 2 reasons. This is a place that is very touristic. You have a lot of tourists coming in, and it makes sense that we could probably enjoy this a little bit or change the kind of district in here for something more tourists. And that is what we're gonna do. I forgot about doing that off camera, but we're gonna do that right now. So let me just pause the game. Let's just remove this this section in here. I will eventually fix that. Okay, let me just remove this because Victoria is now going to be a bit different. So Victoria can come up until here. That's okay. I don't mind if it goes this way. But everything else, let's just go this. Everything else is going to be now called Victoria Airport. This is the new district, okay? New district called Victoria Airport. And we're just gonna go this way. I'm not sure if this is gonna look good at all, but hey, at least we're trying out, okay? For now, this is all gonna be Victoria Airport district, and this district will have a specialization, a commercial specialization that is, where is it in here? Tourism specialization. So let's just place it in here. And what this will make is all these commercial buildings will be more for the tourists. So we're gonna have like maybe hotels and specific shops that tourists want to visit. So I think this is good because normally nearby the airport you normally have like the airport hotels and stuff like that. Anyways, let's just change the name to Victoria Airport. So this is the new district, Victoria Airport, and I think, let me just unpause it. What's going to happen is most of these buildings are going to be demolished. I think they will be demolished by themselves, right? Or maybe not. They were good business. They were working out, that's for sure. But oh yeah, we're now starting to have some hotels being built. Yeah, so this is going to be more of we could do something right now that we are building it that way, and I think we could probably connect. We could probably connect some pathways. So we have this pathway that crosses over there. We have this one that crosses over here. I definitely don't like the way some things are in here are being made, but we could definitely. I would like to have one from here up to, I don't know, maybe here. Wait, let me just turn on anarchy because this is easier done with anarchy. Yeah, it's going to destroy some yeah, it was going to destroy some of those buildings, but that's okay. And we also want, when it comes to placing these commercial buildings, let's just remove everything from here. Let me just go this way and remove everything. And now we are going to place a new one. No, okay. So the thing in here is, maybe we could, before doing anything, let me just erase everything in here, so I can see what is being built. Now this will definitely affect the demand, commercial demand, but yeah, that's okay, I guess. All right, so we could have like this. This is okay. I don't like that in here, but you know, I guess it's okay. And we could have like something, maybe we could have something around here in the corner, you know. The thing is, I do not want to just, this makes the area a bit more difficult for maybe some kind of other buildings. I'm losing a bit of, you can say I'm losing a little bit of space or spacing area. I don't know how you call it, but I think this is going to be okay. Anyways, there's a problem over here. I will try to fix it by upgrading the roads. Maybe this will fix it. Why not doing one with, because this is a commercial, we can go with trees. I don't see any issue regarding that, I think. I'm not gonna, yeah, that one, trees over here. Oh, I did a mistake. Just erase that one over there. Yeah, sure, I think, yeah, this is a bridge. The bridges will not have trees. That's okay. Bridges will not have trees. Let me just try to, can I upgrade this one? And now Does it change? No, it does not change the fact that there's still this empty spot, and I don't know why there's an empty spot over there. I really don't know why. So yeah, that's a problem. Now let me just fix what I destroyed, and let's go like this way. And I'm not really sure how it's gonna work, but I think we could go like this. Yeah, something like that. So people coming from here. Oh, let's use move it so we can have it more closer here to these people, like this. So people are walking around here, and they can just decide to cross the bridge. And here people can cross around here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so now let's place the commercial buildings. So here in here we have big buildings, so we'll go with the 4x4. So hopefully this is a big hotel, and another 4x4. I don't want to place anything in here because I want them to be in this street. Okay, over here we can go the same way. We can go 3x3 and a 3x3, so they are in this street. I will not place anything in here. I will figure out it. I could have placed something in here, but there's this empty space, as you guys can see, so I'm not going to do anything over there. In here we're going to go with the 4x4 for sure, and the 2x2. So that's, I think that's okay, but I'm not going to place this one over here yet. Over here we're going to go, of course, the 3x3 and the 3x3 over here. And I think this is it for now. So we're going to have a few less buildings around here in this district, but that's okay. We will eventually expand this to this area over here, so that's not much of a problem. So for now, that's it. Let's just unpause it and see what happens. People now can use these and cross these buildings and, you know, walk around all this section. Oh yeah, I forgot something, but we can do that right now. We need to have a crossing in here. I was going to say we need to have a crossing in here, but we do not need a crossing over here. We have a bus stop, so that's okay. We only have one bus stop. I don't know if people want to cross, they can cross over there. Oh, and now we have first, what is this? This is an hotel? No, it's an inn. Yeah, it's an hotel. It's a casino, kind of. Okay, so this will definitely become higher buildings. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't have many people working on it, but yeah, it kind of works fine, I guess. All right, guys, and that was basically it. Now, for the next episode, thinking about building and start building the East Brook district, and eventually go to the downtown. So we're gonna start expanding this area over here. As you guys can see, there's still a lot of space we can expand, a lot of things we can do. Now that I was talking about East Brook, I forgot about something that I did. So I did expand a little bit Little Brook, as you guys can see. So we have more houses in here, different kind of houses. So we have these kind of apartments. We also have these kind of houses over here, which are a bit different from the ones we had original. So it was a little bit of an expansion, not much. We just placed a few more houses, a few more buildings. And as you guys can see now, Little Brook has a few more people living in there. Regarding the district, you guys can see also there was a little bit of expansion of the district over there. Probably I'm also going to expand over here eventually. Not eventually, next episode we're going to start building the highway interchange for the new districts, and definitely there's going to be a connection to Little Brook and to this highway eventually, and a lot more stuff is going to happen. We also probably going to have, not probably, we definitely are going to have like a bridge to connect to the Crescent, and we are having a debt problem, and I think that this is one of the reasons we have no more rooms in the cemetery. So let's just empty this building because we have a crematorium right next to it or nearby. Although, yeah, we will see what happens. All right, guys. So that's probably one of the things we're gonna do. Another thing I did before, just before I go, I just noticed it again. I placed a few more parks, if you want to say it that way, on the river shore. So we have this restaurant pier, which has tourists and visitors. It's good. It also improved the value, the land value of this place, and also placed this fishing pier, which also has a lot of visitors and tourists. And yeah, that is basically it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. If you have any kind of recommendations or something you want to see on this city, just leave a comment down below and tell me what you would like to see. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.